G'day guys, my name's John, I'm from Fit Community. I want to talk to you about box breathing and getting our breathing right. A lot of us these days, we have lazy jobs where we get to sit down all day. We play video games, we're always looking at our phone and we become very hunched over. Not only that, in sports, when you become heavily fatigued and exhausted, our body takes the easiest approach to obtaining oxygen, which means that the majority of the time we take a lot of chest breaths because we're trying to get in large volumes of oxygen so that we can try to get large amounts of oxygen back into our bloodstream. A lot of this actually doesn't work. We take shorter, sharper breaths to try and get in larger amounts of oxygen, but we don't actually convert as much carbon to oxygen and so on and so forth as we breathe in and out each time. What we want to do is try and work on deep breathing, breathing down into our stomach and using that diaphragm to create that pressure to draw the air in nice and deeper. The deeper we can go, the more oxygen we can use. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilise the box here. Okay, we're going to put our legs up on the box, which will get our hips in a good neutral position. All right, and we're going to pull our rib cage down and focus on just belly breathing. What this is going to do is it's going to take a lot of restriction out of the body, and it's going to make it more available for us to do our breathing exercises. But it's also going to teach our body the relationship that we should be in with our hips and our core, our rib cage, when we breathe, okay? Instead of doing a lot of, all right, chest breathing and lifting up, we want to be doing more in through the nose, out through the nose, down deep into the stomach. This can get us into a parasympathetic nervous use, which will take our body back into rest and digest a lot quicker, which helps us in recovery, okay? If you can add in 5 minutes of just box breathing at the end of a high intense session, so like if you play footy, any type of footy, any type of sport really, and you get to the end of a session, you're really feeling buggered, the best thing you can do is do a 5-minute box breathing drill. That'll get that parasympathetic nervous system kicked in. It'll get us into resting, digesting and recovery. Okay, so I'll run you through it. You want a box or a chair or a lounge chair. You can use almost anything, okay, something just to rest our legs on, all right. What you essentially want is something that's, just femur height, so that we don't have to be too far up here. There's sometimes it can just put a bit of stress on the body, but again, it doesn't overly matter too much. What we want to do then, put our legs up, and a lot of us will see, especially if we put our arms overhead, that our rib cage will want to lift up and that you'll have this little bit of a arch in the lower back. But what we want to do is bring them back over. Okay, we want to make sure that rib cage is down, put our hands on our belly, and then we just want to close our mouth, breathe down into the belly through our nose, and out through our nose, and just do some nice easy tidal breaths. So just breathing like normally. Right, when you start to get accompanied with this, then you can start to do some maximal inhalation and exhalation, which just means breathing deeper into the stomach, all right? And breathing out further, so really trying to push everything out. What this will also do, it'll make you realise where your abdominal strength is, alright? If you feel like you're very restricted, when you exhale, you'll feel like you have to arch that back to really try and suck it in up under your guts. But if you've got good abdominal strength, good diaphragm strength, you'll start to feel nice and strong right here underneath your rib cage. All right? It's pretty easy. You just sort of want to run through 5 minutes. So really controlling and focusing on the movement of down here. If you need to, and you struggle with breathing into your stomach and still feel like your chest breathing, then all you can do is take 2 fingers, each side of your hip bone, dig them in and try and breathe in. And when you're breathing in, you're really trying to push those fingers out. Okay, you'll feel that abdominal work. All right? And that's just a good little bit of kinesthetic feedback. Kinesthetic feedback just means manual feedback. Okay? I hope that helped you. You all have a great day. Get in, do some exercise.